What? You know, it's a good thing you're back here because look, I had to do this by myself yesterday and everybody was yelling at me. I could hear them through the camera. They're like, bring Liz back.
No, people love them some Matt Williams solo.
Yeah, that's my
Come
mother.
on.
That's my mom.
Mama.
And the kids.
Mama.
Not even my wife. My wife is like, dude, where's Liz? You idiot.
I love you. I missed you yesterday.
I missed you too.
Yeah, we were visiting with our new reporter, Callie.
Yeah.
So that's why we were gone yesterday, but that's why I'm excited to be back today.
Welcome to it. Let's hold on. Wait. You know, I actually forgot to do all this yesterday
That's
because
okay.
you were. I completely forgot to do it.
You know what?
I just started working the
okay.
board.
He was working his
and
magic.
then forgot to do.
He knew he had to shine for the people.
I forgot to do all this stuff.
That is okay.
All right.
It's a one-man show.
How long do
He's
we
playing
leave
the
it up
kazoo. Maybe like 10 seconds.
Right.
Yeah, so people can see all the things. So you're playing the kazoo, playing the drums, typing out sheet music, all at the same time while singing and dancing. That's a lot of tap dancing.
I can't sing, and both shoes are left-footed or right-footed.
So when we talk about must-see TV, welcome to WAFB Plus. 9 News Now. You won't catch this anywhere else.
Hold on, I'm gonna do this one too. I've hit all the buttons.
Boo. You did it. I'm very proud.
So yeah, welcome to WAFB Plus. So I guess we should start with one of the main things we've been talking about this morning, the vaccines.
Yes.
And actually, there's a couple of big events. Well, actually, today into the weekend.
Yeah, let's start talking about the vaccine opportunities today.
Yeah.
Hammond. I know that's not Baton Rouge,
right.
but if you are desperate, you're trying to get a vaccine as soon as possible, there are some open windows available in Hammond today. Our reporter was talking about that this morning.
Yeah, she sure was. And that's one of the first kind of mass vaccination sites.
Yeah.
They're talking about some of the Johnson & Johnson accessibility. You got some of the river parishes, some down in New Orleans, none in the immediate, like Baton Rouge,
Right.
you know, proper, that kind of thing. The closest down in Hammond today. Thing is, that's going to be changing over time. You can see more and more of these. And in fact, coming up this Saturday, it's not specifically the Johnson & Johnson mass vaccination site,
right.
but we have actually in North Baton Rouge, the mayor's setting one up with some folks. Actually, she's just part of the group setting up a vaccination site. They're going to give out like 1,000 shots.
Yeah, we're talking Baton Rouge General, 100 black men of Metro Baton Rouge. We've got the mayor's office. We've got Blue Cross Blue Shield. They are setting up the site at the Gloryland Baptist Church in North Baton Rouge because they really want people to sign up to get vaccinated. Again, it is a limited number, so if you go to this web story, you'll see it within the top boxes on our screen. You can sign up for an appointment or call and schedule to see, and you can even ask what options they have there in case you are trying to research and figure out which one you want to get.
Again, all that waiting for you. There's literally a tab at the very top. Where to go? It's on the 9 News app, COVID, all that stuff, and it's coronavirus and one-stop shop, all the links, all the fun stuff.
Should be in the hamburger menu too.
All the yes, the hamburger menu.
The hamburger menu.
You know, we were talking a lot about our positivity rates this morning, and if you look at the map, and you can find this easily, Louisiana Department of Health website. Wasn't that long ago, and look, we've got a ways to go. There's no doubt about it. We got a ways to go, but we're making some moves in the right direction. It wasn't that long ago, this entire state, every parish in the red.
Yeah, and just a difference a month makes. So when you talk about coronavirus numbers, you saw the surges, the third surge after the holidays. Red is not something you want to see, and that threshold that the state leaders are really looking for is that 5% positivity rate, right? So when you talk about our viewing area, when you isolate South Louisiana, let's take a look at EBR Parish. So right now, EBR is at 4.2%. Again, that's from the CDC and the White House standards. They want to keep that below 5%.
And we've actually made a move into 4, and so
it's a big jump.
It is a big jump, and they look at those. They look at 2 weeks, right, to make those changes, which is why you probably got that alert after the governor announced phase 3 reopening, right? Bars were going to be allowed to be at 25% of indoor capacity again. But if you were in a parish that had 5% or lower positivity rate, that would be bumped up to 50%.
Right.
And so then these new numbers came out after that, and they're like, oh wait, EBR, you qualify because you've had 2 weeks of below 5%.
And that's something you really have to watch out for because, again, it's not like a blanket rule for the entire state. So depending on where you live, where you're watching from, or you have family or friends in a certain parish, you can look at all of this from LDH. Because if we look at a neighboring parish, like Livingston Parish, for example, so if Matt's going to take us to Livingston for a second there, you can see the color even is different from EBR. And why?
Yeah.
Well, look at the percent positivity rates.
Yeah, not quite. They're getting close and heading in that right direction. I mean, just look at that positivity drop, 2 percentage points from week to week as they move into this next week. All these numbers are going to be coming out, but heading in the right direction. A lot of the things that we've done over the last, year, and certainly over the last number of months, doing what we know to do, all those things we've been told to do and understand work, they're heading us in the right direction right now. So we just got to maintain. Just maintain.
Keep doing that.
Hold on. We're getting there.
And that's what the governor is saying as we enter the first weekend of Louisiana being in phase 3.
Yeah.
Keep holding on. Keep doing those things that have been working, right? So when we talk about mask wearing, social distancing, washing your hands thoroughly, we can't let up on any of that anytime soon, even as we add vaccines into the mix.
Big day today in Washington, D.C. The hope is that it doesn't turn into an insane day in Washington, D.C. March 4th has long been a date that conspiracy theorists believe that former President Donald Trump will again ascend to the presidency. So D.C., the capital right now, on high alert for another potential domestic terrorist event. So a lot of folks paying attention to D.C. right now.
Yeah, Donovan Jackson was actually pulling up some live shots in and around the Washington, D.C. area, because you could see from certain vantage points big fences all around the Capitol building, which is, again, not something we saw on January 6th, but that's why they're doing this as a preventative measure, just in case, as a precaution. They want to be better prepared this go-around, which is what these hearings have been surrounding the last couple of days.
Yeah, you've had Senate hearings. You've had, obviously, the FBI director testifying this week for the first time since January 6th. Capitol Police in there. But again, what they're trying to prevent is what they saw, what we all saw as we just breathlessly watched what was happening there on January 6th, trying to prevent that again. So high alert, it's two words that you kind of hear slammed together sometimes, and it really doesn't mean anything. Well, it's not hyperbole for this because we saw what happened on January 6th. So again, that's happening. In our part of the world, we are grateful for this.
So the doctor has willed us some sunshine. And if you have not stepped out yet, please do, because it's beautiful. The big ball of fire is up in the sky. And I don't mean fire, the big ball of sunshine, rather. That's a better way to put it.
Either way.
It's so bright.
It's the same kind of thing.
Yes.
Plasma, fire, whatever.
It's such a welcome change from the gloominess we've been seeing for the last week or so. But yesterday was a nice welcome change, and we got more of that goodness today.
There's something about a sunset. I love a good sunset, right? But here in the morning, we get treated to the sun rises when the clouds aren't around. And Cap was showing us a bunch. I mean, he plays with all the cameras and gets to find all the best sunrise shots and the ability to wake us up in the morning. And it does. It makes you feel that much better. And the clouds were gone and the sun was coming up. It started out chilly, like we talked about, but on our way to a good day here in South Louisiana.
That's it. So layers was the key word to dress up in. I tell you, you look at that, and Steve is a great person to follow on Twitter, on Instagram, because he posts time lapse of when it's dusk till sunrise, and it's just beautiful to see. It just makes you feel grateful.
It is. It's a lot of fun.
Love that.
So today's going to be a good day, weather-wise.
Is.
Yesterday was a good day for the LSU Tigers.
Yes, it was.
A couple of ball games yesterday, taking down Nicholls State in a very close one. A rough game for the Jags, our Southern Jags as well, as they traveled over to the box, but 2 wins for the Tigers.
Yes, indeed, and it's cool to see. Again, anytime two Baton Rouge teams play together, really cool to see in the town that they're playing, they practice and live in. So, regardless of the results, still cool to see both teams compete. You
know what's happening in a little more than 30 minutes?
Tell me.
Where they go? Well, they're on here somewhere. But the LSU women's basketball team.
Yes!
Their first game in the SEC tournament, 10 o'clock this morning. They're out in Greenville, South Carolina, taking on Mississippi State.
Wow.
So we'll see.
Fingers crossed for them.
Yeah,
I know it's been a ride.
It has. Here's the thing. I mean, if you go back, the last 5 games, they're actually riding a 5-game losing streak right now. But if you go back to previous 5 games, they were 4-1, and that one had some good wins. In the last number of games, some of their losses were even kind of what you might call good losses, some of them not so much, including the one to Mississippi State back on February 25th. It was the worst third quarter they ever had. Scored 8 points, lost their halftime lead, never recovered. So is this going to be a repeat performance against Mississippi State, or can they turn it around, get a win in the tournament, and move on? We'll see. It's 10 o'clock. SEC Network is where you can find it.
It's good to know, online on the streaming services.
Absolutely. And you, for those who have just like cable or a normal cable TV, the normal cable package, SEC Network usually comes within that package. SEC Network Plus. You can find a lot of the streaming and stuff, but I think they're putting it on the big SEC Network channels.
Cool. Wishing them